pure substance? Something that cannot be broken down into simpler matter using physical methods is called as a pure substance. There are two types of pure substances: elements and compounds. What are elements? They are the simplest kind of pure substance. There are 110 elements, each made of a different type of atom that we can see in periodic table. Each element has a name and a symbol. Not all elements are equally common. Most elements can exist as a single atom, but some elements usually exist as diatomic molecules. Here we can see diatomic gases such as hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Then what are allotropes? Different structural forms of the same element are called as allotropes. Oxygen has 3 allotropes. Here we can see monoatomic oxygen, diatomic and triatomic oxygen. Then what are the allotropes of carbon? First one is diamond, second is graphite, third one is fullerenes and fourth one is carbon nanotubes. All are pure carbon, each has a different structure. Then what are compounds? These are pure substances that are composed of multiple types of elements chemically bonded to one another. Compounds cannot be broken down by physical methods. They can be broken down only by chemical reactions. Compounds have definite compositions with element ratios indicated by subscripts. We call this building block the water molecule. The properties of compounds are very different from the properties of the element that make them up. Here, sodium when reacts with chlorine, it forms a salt, that is sodium chloride. Then what are mixtures? A mixture is something that can be broken down into simpler materials using physical methods. There are 3 possible types of mixtures. First one is element plus another element. Second is compound plus another compound. And third is element plus compound. There are 2 main types of mixtures. First one is homogeneous mixture. Here the parts are distributed evenly. For example, salt water, syrup, air and brass. Then homogeneous mixtures of liquids are called solutions, while homogeneous mixtures of metallic atoms are called as alloys. Then what are heterogeneous mixtures? Here the parts are distributed unevenly. For example, spaghetti and meatballs. We learned that the properties of compounds are totally different from the properties of the elements that make them up. In contrast, the properties of mixtures are related to the properties of the substances that make the mixtures. See matter flow chart. Here there are 2 conditions. In first conditions, the matter can be physically separated. Then it will form mixture. And in another condition, if it cannot be physically separated, then it will form pure substance. Then, if the composition in case of mixture is uniform, then it will form homogeneous mixture. And if the composition is not uniform, then it will form heterogeneous mixture. And in case of pure substance, if it can be chemically decomposed, then it will form compound. And if it cannot be chemically decomposed, then it will form element. What are each of these? Atom, element, molecule or compound? Now let us see 4 different molecules. Which are compounds? Carbon monoxide, oxygen, ozone, carbon dioxide. Then types of particles, that is atoms or molecules or both. And types of matter, that is elements or compounds or mixture. Here chemical symbols represent elements. Chemical symbols are either 1 or 2 letters. If 1 letter, it is always capitalized. If 2 letters, the first is capitalized and the second one is in lowercase. A chemical symbol implies 1 atom of that element. Chemical formulas show how many atoms of each element are in one molecule of an element or compound. Now let us see here chemical formulas, number of elements, number of atoms and number of carbon atoms. In case chemical formula is O2, then here the number of elements will be 1 and total number of atoms will be 2. Also total number of carbon atoms will be 0. And in case chemical formula is H2O, here number of elements will be 2, total number of atoms will be 3 and total number of carbon atoms will be 0. And in another case, when there is a chemical formula C3H8O, then number of elements will be 3, total number of atoms will be 12 and number of carbon atoms will be 3. In another case, when the chemical formula is C6H12O4Cl, in this case, number of elements will be 4, total number of atoms will be 23 and total number of carbon atoms will be 6. Now let us see here, nut, bolts and washers. Is it an element, compound or mixture? And what are the element and compounds formulas? That you have to tell me. In case of nuts, bolts and washers, is it an element, compound or mixture? And what are the elements and compound formulas? And in this case, is it an element, compound or mixture? And what are the elements and compound formulas? Now how to write formulas? When writing formulas, list the elements in this order. First bolt, then second nuts, third washers. For example, BONUWA2. If it's really a pure substance, you should only need to write one chemical formula to describe its composition. All pure substances can be represented by a single chemical formula. For example, H2O. How many atoms of each element are present in one molecule of NH4 by 2 SO3? Here 2 atoms of nitrogen, 8 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of sulfur and 3 atoms of oxygen are present. Now you can see here hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, nitrogen oxide, water, nitrogen dioxide and carbon dioxide. Now let us see methods of mixture separation. First one is mechanical separation. It takes advantage of physical properties such as color and shape. For example, recycling plastic, paper and metal. Second one is magnetic separation. It takes advantage of the physical properties of magnetism. For example, separating metals in a scrap yard. Third one is filtration. It takes advantage of the physical properties of the state of matter. A screen lets the liquid particles through but traps the solid particles. For example, filtering coffee. A filter can also be used to separate solid particles of different sizes. For example, a window screen, an air filter, a sand sieve. Fourth one is decanting. To pour off a liquid, leaving another liquid or solid behind takes advantage of differences in density. For example, to decant a liquid from a precipitate or water from ice. Fifth one is distillation. The separation of a mixture of liquids based on the physical properties of boiling point. For example, the distillation of alcohol or oil. Here you can see the distillation tower. Then sixth is evaporation. Vaporizing a liquid and leaving the dissolved solids behind, used to separate salt solution. For example, obtaining sea salt from sea water. Next one is density separation. More dense compounds sink to the bottom and less dense compounds float. Then seventh one is centrifugation. Here circular motion helps denser components sink to the bottom faster. For example, the separation of blood or DNA from blood. Next one is paper chromatography. It uses the property of molecular attraction to separate a mixture. Different molecules have different attraction for the paper. For example, the separation of plant pigments and dyes. Then fractional crystallization. Dissolved substances crystallize out of a solution once their solubility limit is reached as the solution cools. For example, growing rock candy or crystallization of a magma chamber.